What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to BT Willa's Garage. We're going to be installing these vent visors today on this 2017 TRD Pro. The manufacturer says that these fit 2010 to 2018 all model 4Runners. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the channel. Alright guys, so step one is to get your truck cleaned up. I just gave it a quick foam bath, hand scrubbed it, and actually used a backpack blower to get these little channels right here that you can see up here dried out really good. And I'll show you some footage of that and how well that process works out for me. Highly recommend it if you're going to be washing it before. Alright guys, next what we're going to do is unpack these and go ahead and mock them up to make sure that the fitment looks good. Alright, so a couple things to consider when you're doing the test fit. Over on this side, that raised lip needs to be sitting right about there. And then the rest runs right at the top of the channel. And then over here, let's see if I can get you, that raised point needs to be right there on that lip. I hope you can see what I'm talking about in the bottom right corner. So just play around with your angle. Heat does affect these when they're shipping, so just make sure it's right. You can always take a heat gun to it to manipulate it, excuse me, a little bit. All right, so next we're going to take our alcohol pad and go ahead and clean that channel all along this point here. I'm not going to show you that part because it's super simple, but just run alcohol all around this part that you just cleaned up and blew off. And the alcohol pads do come with the kit, so just use those, you'll be fine. Let them dry, it dries really quick. So the next step is to take all the red tape cover off. It's kind of tough to do one-handed, but you can see that I removed it here. You're going to want to expose that tape and take the protective cover off. It's pretty cold today in North Carolina, like 40 degrees. So I'm going to take a heat gun and heat up the tape just to make sure it adheres the way that I want it to. Alright guys, the tape's nice and hot. It's time for this thing to go on. Let's do it. I'm going to start in this top left corner. Just kind of checking the top angle. Man, that tape's sticky. You're going to want to press really hard to get it to stay. Just like that. So there's the way that first one looks installed. We're going to continue the process on the other three. Here's an example of a back one. Once I get the plastic off. Alright, so you want to get this corner channel lined up at the top and right at the left. And just kind of follow the line at the very top. And you can move it around if you need to until it's flush, and then press really firmly. Again, we heated that glue up all on the outside. And if there's any glue like we have right here, just take your fingernail and just kind of tuck it back underneath. If you use a tool on this, you might want to use a credit card, something that won't scratch, but we can go ahead and tuck that in. Alright, here's the final product. We'll put these in the description. If you guys want, they'll make it to your house in 2 days if you have Amazon Prime. And hope you enjoy being able to crack your windows when it's raining.